Well, welcome to my video blog once again. It's Paul Chek, and today I thought I'd share just what I thought to be the most beautiful quote from one of the greatest poets that ever lived on this planet, Rabindranath Tagore. My inspiration today comes out of this most amazing book, Quantum Creativity by Amit Goswami. I highly recommend it. This book is very, very powerful and has many spiritual truths and blessings for anybody who's ready to truly achieve their creative self-expression and feel free within their own being. He is an extremely clear writer who can take very complex concepts from quantum physics and apply them to real-life situations such as religious beliefs, our experiences of ourselves, and shows very beautifully how our lack of creativity due to the environment that we're in and the choices that we make is limiting our self-expression, but shows how beautifully we can shift our mindset by having a better understanding of what's actually happening based on the most comprehensive form of science yet identified, quantum physics or quantum mechanics. So this is an excellent book, and out of which I'm drawing an excellent quote for our discussion today. In his book, Quantum Creativity, on page 52, Amit Goswami quotes Rabindranath Tagore, who says, "Beauty is truth's smile when she beholds her own face in a perfect mirror." That's powerful stuff. Beauty is truth's face when she beholds herself in a perfect mirror. Wow. That's good, juicy stuff. So, really, what's the message there? Is beauty something else? Is he referring to something outside of you? What would that beauty be? Who would be looking in the mirror? These are important questions. For me, this is my own reminder that whenever I see myself in any mirror, I am actually likely to make judgments of myself. We get up in the morning, we look at ourselves. We're either happy with or unhappy with. We either have to make it up and cover it up, or we just wash it up and smile. We always are evaluating our own self-reflection. Sometimes it's harder to look at than others. Sometimes we leave somebody that maybe we love, but we found ourselves arguing and fighting with, and it hurts us inside, and it's easy for us to project to the other that it's their fault. But we're reflecting in our own perfect mirror, the mirror of self, and there's a tremendous amount of growth potential when we look at those situations and reflect on them and be honest about our own valuation out of our own love, empathy, and compassion for ourselves. If I was in the same situation again, could I handle myself in a more beautiful, more loving, more compassionate, more empathetic, more complete, more whole way, so that when I walked away I felt like I'd been more human, more capable of seeing myself in the other person, more capable of recognizing the other person's pain, and instead of labeling the pain as an insult or taking it personally, seeing it as an unmet need being expressed. Many of us have never been taught how to ask for love. Many of us were raised in families where it was scary to get love. So oftentimes we forget that adults still have those same children in them, and those same children have not learned how to ask for love in other ways. So if we begin to see our own face in the perfect mirror of consciousness everywhere we go, we know that we can witness, observe, and take stock of our own valuations of ourselves, and through the concept of creativity and the inherent desire for all of us to seek beauty, we can begin to recreate ourselves simply by witnessing. If you don't like the shape of your body, then Change your mind about how you feed it and how you exercise it. And know that each day that you participate in your own healing, the mirror of beauty mirrors back to you your own commitment and your own love. The universe is 100% honest. So, here's my quick artistic depiction of the perfect mirror, the divine mirror. When we look in the divine mirror, we can always ask ourselves a few simple questions. Do I love my self-creation or self-expression? Everywhere I go, I have to look at myself. When I do art, when I do blogs, when I write books, when I make courses, when I'm working with my students, when my students are reflecting back to me what I thought they learned but found out that they misunderstood me, when I thought I was loving somebody and they felt like maybe I wasn't loving them, these are all the constant reflections that we get in love's mirror. Remember, we are a self-creation. Once you reach the point where you know that you have your own ideas, once you reach the point where you can distinguish between your parents' ideas, society's ideas, and your own ideas, you now have the power of self-creation. You are no longer stuck in automatic living like a robot who is programmed but doesn't know it. Our pains are beautiful because they alert us to where we have programming that no longer serves our creative intentions. So when we recognize that we have an opportunity to recreate ourselves just by paying attention and by being clear on what our dream is, we can find the mirror to be more and more exciting because it's more and more nourishing because it reflects our own honesty and commitment and love back to us. Do I have empathy and compassion for myself? Many of us have been raised with religious programming, and we have scary thoughts in our head about what God wants or how we're going to be punished or the sins that we've committed, etc. The reality of it is if God is God, there's nobody for God to punish or to burn in hell except God, which does not make for a very wise God. It would make for a God that has issues of self-mutilation and would need to seek Carl Jung up there in heaven for a little psychotherapy. So the reality of it is, we always have the capacity for empathy to feel our feelings and inquire, is it really true? If I look at this honestly and openly, not from a perspective of investment in getting my own way, but just looking at myself as though I was being witnessed by others or witnessed by my own consciousness, could I have empathy? Can I feel myself? And can I be aware of how I can make adjustments in my perception, which would then adjust my emotional flow? That's the process of becoming whole. That's the process of spiritual awakening. Do I have compassion for myself? That means, do I understand myself? Oftentimes we do things that we don't understand. And when we do things that we don't understand repeatedly, it's as though the soul is calling us to be aware of where we're making investments that are not giving us the return that we want. When we're loving ourselves effectively, our investment produces a return that enlivens us. So as you're doing what you love to do, instead of getting tired and bored, you get more enlivened and more inspired, because as you begin your journey into any topic, you find more and more interesting relics and secrets and treasures, and here's one right here, right? This is a relic, this is a treasure of immense value. Write that on a piece of paper and try to sell it, have a hard time selling it. Live it, and you've got something more valuable than Michelangelo's David, because yours breathes, walks, talks, and makes love. His stands there. Okay? Can I look past my pain to see the wholeness, the value in my life experience? Pain is always a gift of redirection. If we get too focused on it, then we're focusing on the effect of what action created the problem. The pain is an indicator that we need to look at the action that led to the, shall we say, distortion or imbalance in our own self-expression and or relationships. Pain's not something to run from. Pain's something to embrace, and pain is there to inspire us to ask better questions and be more proactive about creating what we want. So thanks for sharing with me today. Let's finish with one more pass through the amazing Rabindranath Tagore's beautiful statement. Beauty is truth's smile when she beholds her own face in a perfect mirror. I'll look forward to seeing you in that mirror. Have a great day.